I'm Dr. Donyondebo Ali.
As simple as that.
They call me High Priest.
High Priest. But we are also aware that you're Commissioner for Special Duties in Ondo State.
No, I'm the SSA,
Okay.
Special Duties and Strategy.
Okay. So Governor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are discussing and we are extraying the controversy surrounding the launch of security outfit by Southwest governors in Nigeria, Amotekun, and we understand that from some quarters we learned that it actually sprang up as a brainchild of the Ondo State governor himself. Is this true?
No, I wouldn't say. Well, of course, you see, without prejudice to what my principal may want to say about Amotekun, you know, I will not say that the whole idea came from one person, but I can confidently assert that the aggregate of all the sad experiences we garnered in the past 2-3 years, you know, compelled, you know, a collective decision, which you now see as Amotekun. And so I'm not going to ascribe it to one person. You know, I'm not going to say that it is one person, but maybe because we felt the heat more than other southwestern states. You know, because you see, you know, our state, but you know, has borders with Osun State, with Ogun State, with Edo State, and with Kogi State. So it's like we are hemmed in. So they're coming from all places to come and give us problems. And how's that, you know?
Two major concerns since this launch has been, number one, whether the Amotekun operatives will be carrying arms. Another is whether it is legally, whether it is legal or illegal. According to the AGF, some 2 days ago, it declared that it is illegal because exclusively the federal government should legislate on police or security matters. But there have been responses, I understand already, that even the North already has their own security arrangement separately from the Nigerian police force. But then the part where, yes, will they bear arms, and will this not contradict?
No, they will not. Of course, you listen to the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum. Akeredolu himself said so. Said this much in his keynote address. You know, people are just trying to be mischievous. He said it from the outset that this outfit will not bear arms. That this outfit will complement the efforts of the regular security agencies. That what they are going to be doing largely will be intelligence gathering. And mind you, when people suddenly, you know, become so sensitive when it comes to bearing arms, we have neighborhood watch in your Lagos there. They bear arms. We have always been having forest guards. They bear arms. I don't want to go into Isba and JTF in the north. You have this. You have your private estates with private guards. Watch nights. They bear arms. You apply to Inspector General of Police for a license to carry firearms. You apply for it, you give it to your guard.
But at that point, I don't know if you are aware that the IG already said that they are not going to they are not likely going to cooperate with Amotekun.
I've not heard anything from the IG, so I'm not going to, you know.
Talking about arms, for instance, he said anybody caught with arms in Amotekun will be treated as criminals.
He's playing to the gallery because nobody in Amotekun will bear arms. The governor says, Akeredolu said that much. So I mean, anybody referring to that is just being mischievous. It's as simple as that. I was sent to attend a meeting with the AIG Zone 11 on this, not on Amotekun, but on Southwest security. When we had issues, he came to Akure. I was there. The SSA on security was there. Nobody discussed it. In fact, at that meeting, I was the one who opposed the attendance of certain elements who came with uniform. They said they are vigilante. I asked them to walk out. I'm on air. I objected to their presence. That we should mind, you know, the way we proliferate. We are responsible. We are talking about security now. People should not bring in politics or any other thing. We were assailed. We were under constant onslaught by the denizens of the forest, by people from other states. They are coming, they pick our people, they kill our people. Now we now came up with this ingenious way of protecting ourselves. Okay, you police, You do this. I'll give you a specific instance. I was at Ore. We had this, where we had these serious issues of kidnapping, armed robbery, and whatever. And I visited the DPO of Ore. And the man told me about the challenges that they were facing. That if the state government could assist them to ban the operation of Okada on the express from Ofosu to Ajebandele, that it will ease their problems. He said because they were using these Okadas, these motorcycles, to go into the forest. That anybody who wanted to kidnap, or anybody who wanted to give information to kidnappers who were really in the deep forest, that you see them on Okada, along the express. And they are the ones who were being sent to buy food at eateries and others, that if we banned anybody, they find the way to trail. So they won't be wasting their time stopping everybody carrying commuters. And I got to Akure. I advised my principal, and immediately from his desk, he called the commissioner for information, and it was on here. I was in Ore 2 days ago. The DPO confirmed to me that since last year, over almost a year now, there has not been a case of kidnapping along that stretch. We are opening up the place, all the shanties around the place we demolished. I went to demolish a high wall erected by one eatery on the express. I said, no, we are not going to allow it. So on our own part, because we fret, the pains and the cries of our people, so we are taking decisions on our own to police our own state. And we do this in conjunction with the police. We use them. We give them information. We assist them on logistics. We give them vehicles. We give them money. So what is, so what is strange about collaborating with the police? What is the Amotekun will not be doing anything new. So let anybody talk now regional. What do you mean by regional? Every state has contributed 20 vehicles. Each state we take care of personnel from his own state. You are recruiting the indigenous people of your state, and the police will screen. SSS will screen. So where is the fear, if not mischief? Where is the fear?
But let's come generally to concern about security.
Yes.
Now, if the North has ISBA, Lagos has neighborhood watch, and then we are now launching Amotekun, is this not literally passing vote of no confidence or lack of confidence in the Nigerian police force that it has failed? Are you saying or signaling that it has failed or not capable? No.
I won't use capable. Maybe I may want to believe that not only the police, all are in the SSS, all of they are overwhelmed now. And you want to go even to the history of policing. The word is the etymology of that word police. The word polis in Greek means a city-state. A city-state is meant to have, citizens that are known to one another. A city-state is a small state, easy to manage.
And everybody knows themselves.
You must, because by the arrangement of the police, that are family or dems, as some people did in Athens are the largest, 500,000. You have Sparta, you have Corinth, you have Galatia, you have all of these city-states. There were very, very few, and of course they had one thing in common: homogeneity. They spoke one language. There was Hellenism, the Greek, the Hellenic movement, the movement that brought all the Greeks together. This was where you found the idea of the Olympics that they celebrated every 4 years, and so on and so forth. So the idea of the police did not just happen. So when you talk about the police force, I think it is abnormal. It shows that you are not deep. If you have a police force in the country of over 200 million, but that is a debate for another day. But let no understand as if what you are doing, cannot do. So when you have less than 250,000 policemen, officers and men, pretending to be protecting over 200 million people, the results are there for all of us to see. If they had been able to police effectively, there wouldn't have been any need for this. And I'm not saying that they are not competent. No, I work with policemen. I work with them. I know how competent they are. how honest many of them are. Those who are
actually talking about the force.
In Ghana, it is police service. The idea of force came with the British pacification agenda, just to make sure that you enforce compliance, you enforce obedience. And that is the mentality they still have. They should talk about how to change it. You provide service for me. The IG is my servant. He cannot talk down to me, say, Professor, I'm a public servant. People should get this into their heads. Is the IG? Yes, if I flouted the law, he is duty bound to arrest me and prosecute me, regardless of whatever I think I am, unless I enjoy immunity under the law. And he can investigate. He can investigate me and wait until I leave office, and he will prosecute me, and he will ensure that I go to jail. The IG is also not above the law. The IG is not above. I can't take instruction from him. If it is not within the purview of the law, I will not listen to him. The same thing applies to AGF. Who is he? The chief law officer is an appointed public servant. You can't talk to elected people as if can you give orders to them? Are they serving you? Who are you? If you are not happy with what is happening, you go to court. Let the court adjudicate.
But let us come to some other angles to this, where some people are saying, oh, okay, maybe I should begin with the part A of this, which is how many states of the Southwest actually are in this arrangement?
6.
All the governors,
all of them
are signatories, and
all of them. Ignore what you read in the papers. All these lies you read about. Somebody said, "Oh, is Tinubu? Tinubu is not talking. Oh, Tinubu wants 20." All of these are lies. These are lies. At times I wonder how this man even sleeps when you give him more than what he truly is. These are lies. Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State contributed. Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State contributed. Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti contributed. Makinde of Oyo State contributed. Aketi contributed. Oyetola of Osun contributed. 3 governors were present. Those who could not attend sent their deputies or their representatives. So why must you see Sanwo-Olu's face before you know that Sanwo-Olu bought 20 vehicles, and we are in custody of those vehicles? So how else does he show commitment? How else? Sent people. God, and we just get serious. You see, he who feels it knows it. Those whose families have been dragged into the forest before, those who were picked on the expressway, those who could not go to their farms, those whose wives had been raped and killed on the farms, on their farmlands, farmers who lost all their efforts due to the mismanagement of the farmer-herders clashes. All of these people are the ones we should be talking to. We speak too much English in this country. All of us are mischievous. We speak from the standpoint of this schism that we have all created. So we find ourselves in our various camps and we begin to now mount sanctimonious nonsense.
Well, maybe because all these persons you have mentioned, the victims in these cases, are not the ones who launched or have the hair. So that's why we are talking to those of you who actually came up with the idea and have already started the work. But just for emphasis, you're saying that Lagos State is part of it, and that people should dismiss
part of all the southwestern states.
Dismissing rumors.
Ignore the rumors, and it is not about politics. It is not about Lagos has neighborhood watch. Are we going to cancel that because it has been working for Lagos? Are we going to subsume that under Amotekun? The answer is no. That is what we know in Yoruba land. Bring them for as long as everything you want to do affirms life. It is welcome. It is welcome. If you are recruiting local hunters, are you asking them to go and be shooting people? Local hunters have their role to play. If you are recruiting people from and of course these people must still go through the SSS, go through the police. So where is the cry? Where is the lie? And who is Malami to open his mouth to say that they must consult him? Who is he? Elected officials of the state must consult you. Who are you? If you are not satisfied with what is happening in the country, you have the power as the Attorney General to institute an action against them. Institute an action. Go to court. You are not the court of law. You don't talk to us as if you are the court of law. You insult us. Talk down on people and say somebody has committed this, the person must go. Who are you? Can you jail anybody? Do you have that power? Do you have that power? You be talking to people who say they don't know law, don't know law. How much of law do you know? Because they call you senior advocate, and what's the meaning of that? Must you abuse people? Must you be rude to people?
Well, you can lock people up and release them on compassionate grounds, you are aware?
That is part of the nonsense I said must stop. You don't release people on compassionate grounds. Who are you to do so? If you have laws, laws must be certain. We must know the law. If I flout the law, jail me. If I commit an offense, let me be tried. Let me know why I'm being tried. And when I'm being punished, I want to know why I deserve to be punished. She said I'm compassionate. What kind of nonsense is that? You know, the idea of flouting the law, that very idea suggests that you have a social problem. Then how do you solve it? Multi-dimensional approach. Carrot and stick. The man you sent to jail, after all, you have changed it from prison to correctional center now. It's because you don't want to destroy. You don't want to destroy. It's a correctional center.
Let me come to the antecedent to this, because the launch of Amotekun doesn't seem to be an idea in isolation. There were events preceding it, and then part of it, or the major, or at the center, is the fact that herdsmen were reportedly storming farmlands and destroying them with their cow or the cattle. And then there was a time prior to now, before the launch of Amotekun, where it was reported that the idea of Ruga was coming up, and that the federal government was supporting move to set up Ruga in many parts. What was the position of the Ondo State government as of the time prior to the launch of Amotekun?
No.
Ruga now?
No, for you see, it was not only farmers, others clashes alone that brought about Amotekun. Yeah, it is total. It's about crime watch. It's about combating crime, kidnapping, armed robbery. And it's not only the Fulanis who were involved in armed robbery. Many members of the local communities too were involved. Those who were kidnapped, some of these victims came out to tell us that, look, those who kidnapped them depended on those who were in the villages to buy food. They buy food. And when you say people are in the forest, they go to town to pick people. They pass through your communities. You now see it as a new way of making money, because they are not picking people from your own village. It is when they mistakenly rape somebody on the farmland that you now know that there's a problem. So we have a multidimensional problem. Armed robbery, not by Fulani. You know, the attempt to ethnicize the social problem was all we frowned at. The problem of kidnapping was real. But again, you have read instances, even in this Lagos, of a traditional ruler who framed his own kidnap. He was removed by the former governor, Akimi Ambode. You've heard of, children who try to deceive their parents. You want to collect money. You talk about wife, one woman who wanted to collect money from the husband who arranged her own kidnap. But so we have all of this. So you see, our own idea is, look, how do we protect our people? How do we make the state first safe? Then when we started, the Dawn Commission is about the Southwest, about development. And you cannot talk about development without talking about security. So it is this idea, well, let us try to, have a common front to combat crime. It's not to have a common force.
Let's lastly come to how you intend to manage this, because part of the concerns that people have is anytime, before now there was also debate about whether there should be state policing before the launch of individual or regional security arrangement. Will be free. And not
there's nothing like anything being free. Those who are in the Nigerian police force today are not from heaven. They are Nigerians. The IG and all the CPs in this country are in the Nigerian police force. The Police Service Commission is there. There are Nigerians there. So there is no human outfit you create that will be foolproof, it is not going to happen. President Obasanjo once said that the Nigerian police recruited armed robbers. He said so. And you are not going to blame those who recruited, because they are recruiting from. There is no data. There's nothing in Nigeria. If I'm convicted in Sokoto and I come to live in Lagos State, there is no record. Unless I go out to contest to expose myself, so my opponents will go to dig this record. I say, he was convicted in Chicago, or he was arrested in Texas, and all of this. And on them, not on our own record. That this man went out, he was convicted, he did his time, and now he is in Nigeria. Like that. There is no record. There is no record. So this idea of saying if you have Amotekun, are you sure that you are not going to recruit criminals? No. If God was so sure, the God of the Bible, no, because I am not one of you, or the God of the Quran, if those two gods were so sure that human beings would turn out to be like this, would they have bought any human being? They regretted now. That means they suffer from afterthought. You cannot outlaw, thinking. You cannot, you can't arrest an idea. You can't ban an idea. If I'm constantly attacked and what I have on ground is not sufficient, and I've been compelled to have my private megad, I've been compelled to pay the neighborhood landlords association for security, I provide my water, I provide electricity, NEPA is on standby, but I'm on permanent, I'm on jail, and the law is not even protecting me. Somebody comes to my house and brings an estimated bill and says I must pay. The wire that I purchased, the cable I purchased, he comes to take it away. Say once I buy it with my money, it becomes his property. You don't see that as odd. All these oddities you have in the system means that we should continue to talk. To now just pick one and say, oh, this is bad, this is not good, then you are being hypocritical, because more so when you have other instances elsewhere that came up as a result of the exigencies of the moment, it means you are hypocritical. We just heard, just about 2 weeks ago, how the Isba police went into a hotel room to arrest a policeman. He was drinking and he was found in the midst of women. Isba police arresting a member of Nigerian police force. The AGF should speak about that. The IGD should speak about that. What was this nonsense that these people are doing? You want to be politically correct? Oh, the AGF will just tell me, oh, it is unconstitutional. Who is he? Is he the court? Does he make laws? Does he make laws? You just say they won't be released. They will be. Who are you? Who exactly are you? We have given too much latitude to political appointees in this country, even the so-called elected officers. You don't talk down to people. When there's a problem, you x-ray it. Speak like somebody who has been to school. It is unconstitutional. These are reasons. We invited them. They said they must come to consult him. Do they owe him that obligation? Who is he? Is he the NSA? I know the National Security Advisor, yes. That office. This Attorney General, what does he call that office? He's not even a member of Police Council. Find out. His office is not mentioned in Police Act. What role does he have to play in it? Chief Law Officer, yes. Let him institute an action against anybody who is flouting the law. Let him do so. He can start an action. He can start an action. He can discontinue at any time. He can file in nolle prosequi and nobody will ask him any questions. He enjoys that power within his office. He cannot legislate. He cannot talk to a governor. He is rude. He is rude. Can't talk to a governor like that. Who is he? Who is he?
Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Oladunyo Debowale. Yes, sir.